Okay, Tracy, here's what we've got. Two coins, right? One's copper, one's silver, one's a Mexican 20 centavos piece, and one's an American $half. Now notice the copper coin's a little bit smaller than the $half. I'm going to ask you to hold on to both of these. I want you to squeeze them tight and put one coin in each hand behind your back. Okay? Got it? And behind your back, got one in each hand. Okay, bring them both out, and I'm going to ask you to tell me which one is the copper coin by feel. Remember, it's the smaller coin. Now all I want you to do is hold up the hand that has the copper coin in it. If you're right, I'm going to buy you dinner anywhere you want in town. Okay. But if you're wrong, you got to buy me a drink. Okay. Like maybe a Scotch and Soda. That's my favorite drink. Is that fair? It's a pretty good exchange. Okay. I want you to hold up the copper coin now. You think it's this one? You sure? Okay. This is dinner if you're right. Now if you're wrong, you owe me a drink. Don't forget. Let's start with this coin. Okay. Open your hand up. Oh, that is a $half. Tell you what. Let's have the copper coin. Open your hand. Wait a minute. That's a quarter. You don't have a copper coin. I think you owe me a drink. Hi there. Welcome to 25 Tricks with Scotch and Soda, your video companion to Scotch and Soda, the coin trick. My name is Cosmo, and I'm going to show you how these coins work and how you can do a variety of different effects and routines using Scotch and Soda. So let's first start out by taking a look at what you get in the package. Okay, here's what you get. You start out, if you notice, you get a copper coin, a Mexican 20 centavos piece, and you get a $half, American $half, and a bang ring. Okay, now this is called a bang ring, and I'll show you how all these parts work. First of all, the 20 centavos piece is an actual 20 centavos piece, a Mexican coin. The $half is very special. I'll show you exactly what happens with that in a minute, but it's not a regular coin, although it looks exactly like one. And the other piece is called a bang ring. Now that's the special tool that you use with that special coin. And here's what happens. Notice I've got a hard surface here in front of me. I've put this in here to demonstrate how this works. You take the $half and put it inside this bang ring. Now if you look real close at your bang ring, you'll find a little lip, sort of a recess in there, and your $half will fit right in it. Now put your $half in there with the head side up, like this. Now that's important. Make sure the head side is up, and then just kind of bang it on something solid like this. Watch. When you do, the inside of the coin will actually pop out, and it looks like a 20 centavos piece on one side. If you look at the other side, it looks like the rest of the $half. Notice the $half is all hollowed out now. Now, from now on, I'm going to call this part, the hollowed out piece, the shell. Remember that. I'll refer to it as the shell. The other piece, the copper piece that came out, I'm going to call that the insert. Remember, it's a $half on one side and a copper coin on the other. And the other piece is just the real 20 centavos, and we'll use that for different things as we go along. Okay? Now let's see how to do that Scotch and Soda trick with the coins in the girls' hands. Okay, you want to start out by opening up your coins. These are open already. I've got the insert over here and the shell over here. Okay. Now you want to take a quarter, a regular quarter. I've got a regular quarter right here, and you want to slip it into the shell. See that? Now it'll hide perfectly inside there. Nobody will know you've got it. Now all you got to do this routine is slip the insert in between the quarter and the shell like that. See that? Just slip it right in there. Now once you do that, you can push it all the way in, and it'll go inside the shell, and you'll be left with just a quarter and a $half. Now I'm going to use Tracy again for this. Can I borrow your hand again, Tracy? And I'm going to show you how this works in somebody's hand. Now you take the insert and you emphasize to the person you're doing the trick with that it's smaller than the $half. Show her that the copper coin is smaller than the $half and emphasize that. And then you go ahead and sneak that in between the two coins. Okay? And this will happen when it's up against her hand. That'll keep her from seeing the quarter under there. It hides it perfectly. You keep it real close to her hand. Okay, now you get it in between like that, and then you push it. Now, once you push it together, it goes inside the shell, and all she's left with is a quarter and a $half. You have her close her hands real tight, and then have her immediately put both of her hands behind her back. That'll keep her from opening and looking and seeing what's there. Open your hand for a second. I'm going to go ahead and show you what happens from here without having her put her hands behind her back. So she'll end up with two coins, the quarter and the $half. And the quarter is a lot smaller. She's going to think that's the copper coin because you emphasized that the copper coin is smaller before. You'll ask her where the copper coin is. You'll make a bet for like maybe a drink or something. And when she says it's this hand, you have her open both of her hands. She won't have a copper coin. She'll have a $half and a quarter, and you'll win the bet. That's the routine called Scotch and Soda. It's the classic effect with these two coins. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to look just like an expert sleight-of-hand artist using your Scotch and Soda coins. Watch the copper coin here. I'm going to make it vanish right before your eyes. Watch. I squeeze the coin like this. There's the $half. I wave it over the $half, and the copper coin vanishes, only to reappear in the other hand. I'm going to show you another thing which looks just like perfect sleight of hand. Watch. I'm going to place the 2 coins right here, real close where you can see them. I'm not even going to pick them up. Watch the copper coin as I squeeze it. It seems to vanish. That's right. It actually vanishes, leaving only the $half behind. And underneath is that copper coin. Let's try one more thing without using our hands. How'd you like to be able to make those vanish without touching the coins? Visibly, they will vanish underneath this glass. Watch close. This is one of my favorite things to do with this. Watch this. Back and forth. The copper coin vanishes right before your eyes, leaving only the silver coin behind. And underneath the mat again is another copper coin. Let's try it one more time. See if you can catch it this time. I take the glass, lay it over the coins like this. Watch. 1, 2. Watch the coin. Round and round it goes. The copper coin seems to vanish again visibly, leaving behind nothing but the $half underneath the mat. One more time. There it is. The 20 centavos piece. That's Scotch and soda and a few more tricks you can do with it. Okay, here's an explanation of how all those effects worked. The first one I do, I always like to point out that I'm an expert sleight of hand artist in this one. And I say I'm going to make the coin disappear right at my fingertips. Now all you got to do is open up the coins, the Scotch and soda set, and set it so the copper coin is showing and the $half face is showing. And all you got to do is push forward with the shell until the copper coin slips into the shell, and until the insert slips into the shell. You squeeze a little bit, and then what you do is you drop this and pretend like you're still holding a coin, and then just kind of rub it away. Okay, now that's a way to vanish it. That's a good one right there as it is. Now if you want to, you can do the same thing, and before you start, take your real 20 centavos piece and just hide it in your fingers right there, and it's a real relaxed place to be. It's not difficult at all. Just kind of hold it like that. And nobody will think about that because you've got 2 coins over here. Once that's gone, they'll wonder where it went, and before they know it, you'll be able to just pull it out and say, there it is. So you make it vanish and reappear. Now let me show you the other thing through the table, or through the mat, excuse me. You're going to want to take your real 20 centavos piece and set it under your mat somewhere, or you can use a handkerchief or a mat or anything you like. A book would even work for this. Set the 2 coins down, and then just show your hands to be real nice and empty, and then just nest them together by sliding the insert into the shell. Just slide it over like that until you feel them go together. Then you can push down a little. That'll help them lock. Then you can go like this and say, look, it's gone. And then you can pick up the book or the mat or the handkerchief or whatever you've got and show that it's gone through. Okay? Now the thing I did with the glass is basically the same idea. You're going to want to take another real copper coin, or I'm sorry, take your real copper coin and set it under your mat again, or your handkerchief or whatever you're using, and then open up your set and take a glass. Okay? Like I said, I like to use a nice wine glass or something. All you got to do is cover it up. Now everybody can see that nice and clear. And you just start rolling it around like this, and you'll find that that $half is going to land right on top of the insert there. That shell's going to land right on top of the insert. And once it does, it won't be tight, but you can stop there. You can say, look, the copper coin has vanished. You put the glass away, put the glass aside, and then you can pick this up and show its face. Now you show its face first, that way you can give it a little squeeze to make sure it went in, and then you can turn it over to show that the copper coin's gone. Then you'll say, look, it went right through the mat, and I didn't even use my hands. Then you can pick it up and show it. There you go. You know, one of the best close-up magic effects in coin magic is called coins through the table, but it requires a lot of sleight of hand and stuff. And I'm going to show you how to do this with your Scotch and soda set. Watch the coin as it goes right through the table. Watch. There's a copper coin and a silver coin. I'm going to place my hand underneath the table. I'm going to press on the coins a little bit, and I'm going to find a soft spot. Let's see, right about there. I'm going to give it a push. Goes right through the table. There it is, copper coin right through the table. Now this coin through the table works, it's real simple. It's just like some of the other stuff I was showing you. The first thing you want to do is get a hold of your coins and bang the insert out. So let me just bang that out like that. Okay, perfect. And then I want you to take your real centavos and set it on your knee. Or you can set it on your lap somewhere, on your knee, or on your chair if you want. And just kind of be ready with it there like that. Okay, now you're going to take your insert and your shell. It's going to be opened up, and you're going to set it down like this. Now this is real simple. All you got to do is cover it with your hand and nest it. Now before you pull away with what appears to be the copper coin, you push the silver coin aside. That'll actually be the whole set. You're going to pretend like you have a copper coin and go forward. You're going to show your hand empty, go underneath and get a hold of that coin that's on your knee. Now, underneath the table, you're going to take the edge of it and push it up against the wood on the table like that, okay? But it's going to happen underneath, okay? And you're going to do it at the same time as you apparently press it like this. So you go like that. Then you're going to pretend to push it down, and you're going to go, and then you're going to open your hand and show that it's gone, and pull it out, show that it's gone through the table. That's one of the classic effects called coins through the table. Hi-ho, welcome back. I've got the 2 coins again. Remember these? 20 centavos and a $half. I'm going to do what's called the traveling silver, so keep your eye on the $half. This is going to amaze you. Watch this. I take the silver coin out. See it? I squeeze. Silver coin jumps back into my left hand, leaving the copper coin behind. I'm going to try it again, give you a chance to watch. You might want to push slow motion on this. Watch. I squeeze. Take the $half out. See it? Sometimes it's kind of hard to do because the copper coin just absolutely disappears. Let me show you something really neat with a wine glass. This is a true miracle of modern magic. Not the glass, but what I'm going to do with the coins. Copper coin and a silver coin, they go into the glass. Now I'm not going to touch them from here. I'm just going to kind of move them around a little bit. And eventually that copper coin will get sucked into the glass and go right through the stem. All that's left is the $half inside. That's called the copper coin through the glass. Hey, this is called the handkerchief of mystery. I'm going to use the 2 coins here, the copper and the silver coin. I want you to keep your eye on the coins. I'm going to cover them up like this. You can hear them under there. You know they're there. And I snap my fingers and wave. The copper coin seems to vanish. Look at that. Just the silver coin. Where did it go? If you look close, you'll find out it passed right through the handkerchief. Now watch close. This amazing handkerchief does a lot more things than just that. I'm going to set these coins right in the center of the handkerchief so that you can see them, and I'm going to lift up the edges like this. And you can kind of hear them moving around in there. I'm going to lift up the edges, create sort of a little basket. Now there's 2 coins in there, and if I pull just right, I can cause the copper coin to go right through the cloth, leaving behind only that magical 50-cent piece. There you go, the handkerchief, oh mystery. Okay, you ready to learn those last few effects I showed you? Here's a real cool one now. This one I call traveling silver. You take the copper silver coin, the Scotch and Soda coin, and open it up like we did before. Okay, and all you got to do, set them in your hand. Make sure you don't nest them. Make sure they stay separate. Turn your hand over. And the copper coin is the coin you're going to remove from your hand. Okay, as you turn it over and you remove that insert, or the one that looked like it was copper a second ago, you'll bring out a coin that looks like a $half. Now you don't want to sit there and show it too long because they'll start to notice something looks funny. It's a little smaller. You just kind of pull it out and say, here's the $half. And now if you close your fingers like this, it'll automatically flip it over and it'll look like it turns into a copper coin. Now here's how to perform it. Watch. You'll get this. Watch close. Watch. I turn it over. I pull out what appears to be the silver coin. I close my hand, I say, watch the silver coin as it jumps across. Now I turn over this hand and I show the shell, but I show the head side of the shell. And when I turn over this hand, I'll have the copper coin left. Get that? Now that's the first phase of that. And you say, let's try it again. You place them in your hand again, but this time as you turn your hand over, all you do with your thumb is nest them together. But you do that as you're turning your hand over. So as you turn your hand over, you squeeze, you nest them together, and you push that out a little bit, and you go, now look, I'll try it again. I'll pull out the $half. I'll try and make it jump across, and then you go, oh, wait a second. It's a little harder to do now because the copper coin has vanished. And there you have a nice little routine, a 2-phase routine. Traveling silver with a vanish at the end. Okay, now I'm going to show you some stuff you can do with the glass. This is a lot of fun. Now, the camera doesn't quite catch it here, but a person can look right down on the glass and see the coins in there, and it's very, very amazing the way it looks. This is a great effect. If you just simply set a couple of coins inside a wine glass like this and move them around, eventually when it gets to the bottom there, that copper coin will go right into that silver shell. The insert will go right into the shell. Now it won't be tight, but you can safely just kind of let it slide out. You'll have yourself a true miracle just in itself right there. Now that's one effect you can do. You can just simply make it vanish. And at the end of this tape I'll show you different ways to make the copper coin reappear in different places. But you can simply make it vanish, or before you start you can take your real 20 centavos piece and keep it in what's called a finger palm. It's a real simple way to hold hold a coin, keep it hidden there like this. And you can even hold a glass like that. See, nobody will ever notice that because you've got yourself 2 coins set up. Everybody will see the 2 coins and nobody will even think about the way your hand is here. So you set those in the glass and you just simply do the same thing. And it's very, very effective. Watch, you just go like this. Now you just simply release that coin. It seems like it goes right through. And then when you do this, it looks like only 1 coin falls out, because it does. And then when you pick it up, you just give it a little squeeze to make sure it's tight. Then you can hand it out and everybody will see that it's normal. So there's a couple effects with a wine glass and your Scotch and Soda set. Now I'm going to show you how to work with the thing with the a handkerchief. Okay? You need an opaque handkerchief, one you can't see through. Okay? You want to lay it out like this and set up your Scotch and Soda coins. They'll be opened with the shell on top going towards one of the corners like this. Now as you pull this corner back, if you're careful about it, you can pull this back and what will happen is it'll just actually push that over that. Again, it won't push it down tight, but it will nest it a little bit. Then when you lift it up again, as you pick it up, you can squeeze it and show that it's vanished. So all you do is you cover it until it nests. And if you have a problem, you can jiggle it around. You can even push it with your finger underneath like this, just as though you're just trying to straighten out the coins. Then when you lift it up, it's gone. Now I'm going to show you how to make it also go through this handkerchief. As you're getting ready to do the trick, you want to obtain one of the copper coins, the real copper coin, excuse me, and then as you set this out like you're just trying to set it out, all you got to do is be finger palming that like you were before, and you kind of go under like you're trying to fluff it out. But what you really do while you're under there fluffing it out, you just drop that. You just drop it right on the table. Nobody will see that because it's under there. Now you simply do the same thing. You put that set up for the corner. You lift it. You let them nest. And when you show it, it'll be gone. And you say, look, it actually went through the cloth. And everything can be examined now because you've nested this thing together and squeezed it and everything's safe. Now there's one more effect we're going to do with this. And this one I think the best out of these handkerchief tricks. This one's really neat. You set these right about in the center of that. And you start out, again, with one of the coins, with the copper coin, the real copper coin, finger palmed. You pick up the corners, and now see how naturally you can move your hands as you do this with the coin finger palmed. It's real simple. You pick up the corners, and as you do so, what you're going to be doing, if you can see this, you're going to be kind of jiggling this around until it nests. And I'll show you what to do if it doesn't nest by itself. It's real simple. You pick up the corners, all 4 corners, and remember, you've got one finger palm, so be careful not to turn your hand over, and lift it up. Now, sometimes they don't nest, and what you can do is you can grab them and just squeeze them together. You've got a finger palm coin here. You grab a hold of where those coins are supposed to be, and you just pull, and you show that. Now, you can do another thing like I did with the glass, where you can just pull and let it fall. Either way, it's a really effective effect. And then you just open your hand up like this, open the scarf up like this, and just show that the silver coin is left. There you go. All right, are you ready for some really cool visual magic? Check this out. I'm going to place the coins inside this envelope. Let me show you the envelope first. It's absolutely empty. It's got a little window in it so you can see inside, see what's happening the whole time. I'm going to set down the $50 in there. Set the copper coin in there. You can see them both right through the window. Now, I could at this point actually seal this up. Close it up, snap my fingers if I want, and wave. And then when you take another look at the envelope, you'll notice all that's in there is 1 coin. The copper coin's vanished. It's a miracle. Now I'm going to show you another thing with this. Watch. This is very cool. Set the 2 coins in there again. There's the silver coin. You can see it right through the envelope. And the copper coin. All right? Now, I'm actually going to seal these up, so hold on just a second. Stay there. Don't leave. That was good. There. Now you can see the 2 coins right through the envelope. Now watch close. I'm going to give it a squeeze, a little shake, and pull the copper coin right through the envelope. The envelope is fully sealed. If you tear it open, you'll find that all that's left is the $50. Now here's another thing I'm going to show you with the envelope. Now this is very cool. I call this the envelope transposition. It uses 2 envelopes and a couple of coins. Let's see, what kind of coin should I use? How about a copper coin and a silver coin? Great idea. Now, first of all, I'm going to make sure you see there's nothing in here except for that little plastic for the window. I'm going to close this up. Set the $50 in here one more time. And the copper coin in here. Again, so you can see them. I'm going to close the flaps on these. Now I'm going to set them on top of each other just like that. Remember, you can see the copper and the silver coin. I'm going to give them a little shake. Watch. Did you see that? The copper coin actually jumped into this envelope out from this one. There's only a silver coin left over here and a copper coin left over there. That's the envelope transposition. Thank you so much. Hey there, I'm back. Now here's the really cool visual magic with a window envelope. Now what you want to get is a couple of these window envelopes for this. Get a whole box of them and then you can practice and rip them apart and do it later. You get your Scotch and soda coins, you separate them or you open them. Okay. Now I found out that in order to make the coins nest by themselves in an envelope like this, you need to put the shell, the hollowed out piece, in first and set it down in the corner. That'll work a lot easier than if you do it the other way around and you put the insert in first. So put the shell in first. Now you can just give this a shake and it will just go right in there. It's real cool how that works. And as you do it, you can squeeze it. Okay, the first effect they did was the vanishing copper coin. Now in between each one of these tricks, I could seal each one of these envelopes first. It makes them for a much more effective performance, but for the sake of the tape and everything, I just didn't seal them all the time. So you set that in there, you seal it up, you give it a shake, you let somebody tear it open, they'll see that the copper coin is gone, and that's your first effect. Now the second effect I did was the coin going right through the envelope. So what you want to do is first get your real 20 centavos piece and put it in that finger palm position again, that famous finger palm position. And then grab a hold of your Scotch and soda set, open them up, set them in there exactly the same way. Now I've got this finger palm, but look, I can hold this envelope, nobody sees it. The envelope actually hides it. Okay? Set the silver coin or the shell in there first, and that piece right next to it. You can seal it up if you want. Now I like to make sure it's not gone while I'm sealing it, make sure they can see everything. Okay? Up until the last minute. Now your hand's here, it's hiding, the envelope is hiding the 20 centavos piece. You slide down to the bottom and you give it a little shake and squeeze and then boom, you can look like it goes right through. That's very visual, look at that, isn't that cool? And then you can have somebody tear it open and see that the silver coin is the only one that's left. Now I came up with the next one just because I can. Just because I could. Watch, I'm going to show you something real cool with this. First thing I got to do is open up my coin. There we go. That's what the bang ring is for. You don't want to bang the coins out in front of your audience. Okay? That won't work. Now, to start, you finger palm a 20 centavos piece again, and you open up your envelope, and here's the performance. Okay, I've got two envelopes, and you got a coin finger palmed here. You open this up like this to show it empty. See, it's hidden in the finger palm right there, but nobody sees that. Now, as you turn it over, your fingers just go in there, and the noise of the paper allow you to just drop that 20 centavos piece in there. Nobody even hears it because there's so much noise with the paper. At this point, you could seal it. You can lick it, seal it, close it, and just set it down. Your 20 centavos piece is down at the bottom corner. Now, you show this one empty. Set it up just the same way you did before. Now, don't let them nest yet. Seal it. You'll see them both there. Now, put this on here. Now, you could either do it this way with this on top or this way. You can play around and you'll figure out how you like it. I did it on tape for you a second ago like this. I left the empty one here. You just give it a little shake, a few shakes, and that copper coin will fall to the bottom. In shaking it, that will nest. It just works out perfect. Now all you got to do is open it up, rip them open, and show that that's all you got. The coins have jumped from one envelope to another. Thank you very much. That was the envelopes. Hey, what would a classic magic trick be without a playing card? I'm going to show you how you can vanish a coin underneath a card simply by looking like you're just covering it up like this. What you do is just before you cover it, now obviously your angle is going to be like this to your audience. I'm showing you from the side. Okay, you're going to just kind of go like this. You can nest it on there like that. Can you see that okay? And then you can just give it a little push before you stop. Then you can pretend like you do some magic gesture or snap your fingers away. When you lift it up, the copper coin vanishes. You can squeeze that together and you're set. There's a quick little vanish with the playing card. Now let me show you another thing you can do with an extra playing card, okay? Using your Scotch and soda set. Now you've got two playing cards this time. And before you start, you want to hide or finger palm a real 20 centavos. Okay? Now you set these coins on one side. Then all you do is you just transfer that over with your hand like this. And then you can set that coin down over to the side underneath the card. Now you do the same nesting action that I showed you a second ago by just sliding the shell over the insert. Push down, you say, watch as I take the copper coin, make a jump across. Snap your fingers. Looks like it jumps across. Now I think that's a really neat looking trick. I'm going to show you one more variation on this. Now this time you're going to hide a coin again, only this time you're going to hide the insert, okay? So you come out with your shell. You can have your shell on your right and the real 20 centavos on your left, and you can be hiding the insert this time with the copper side showing up, like that, okay? Now as you come across, you just take the insert and one card and you set it down next to your shell. Just make sure they don't make any noise like that. Then you set this down over here. Now you snap your fingers, you do your magic gesture. Now as you pick up, what you're going to do is you're going to pick up these two cards, and as you pick up the one on your left, just with your thumb, just reach under and kind of grab the copper coin. It's really easy to do. You just kind of push down and grab it. Lift up both of the cards, you'll pick up the copper coin. This is called a matrix snap, okay? And then you'll have two coins over here. Now you say, now watch as they go back. You say, look, there's the two coins right there, and you just kind of act like you're setting them up. And you nest it, push, snap your fingers, and the coin jumps across. Goes back. That's called a matrix reverse. Now here's another really cool idea with the Scotch and soda. Check this out. Watch. Take the coins and open them up. They're ready to go, right? You've unnested them. And you set them against your pocket. Now before you do this, you want to take the real 20 centavos and set it in the bottom of your pocket there. Make sure you don't have anything else in there because it makes it a lot simpler. Now you take them, you place them against your pant leg, and as you do that, you nest them, okay? But you roll it over. Now you watch, and you say, watch, I'm going to take this and use it as a magic wand. I'll wave it up and down like this. And people will be able to tell, if they look close, that you've got a coin there, but then all of a sudden you go like this and say, look, it disappeared, it went right through my pants, into my pocket. I like that trick, because that's a trick my uncle showed me when I was a little kid with Scotch and soda. Hi, Tracy, welcome back. I'm going to show you how to do a trick yourself, okay? Okay. All right, hold your hand out. Now I've got the two coins again, the copper and the silver coin. I'm going to ask you to hold on to those for a second. I'm going to use this little pencil sort of as a magic wand. Okay. I'm going to tap the coins, and they'll disappear on the count of 3. Are you ready? I'm going to tap them with the magic wand. Ready? 1, 2, keep your eye on the coins, 3. The pencil disappeared. Oh, it's a joke. See, look, I put it behind my ear when she wasn't looking. I'm gonna show you how to do this. This is kind of fun. You don't have to use coins. You can use anything. You can have somebody hold on to something. And you can make the pencil disappear right before their eyes. Okay, I'm going to show you how to do it. What I did was on the count of 3, I went 1, 2. On the count of 3, I just basically stuck it behind my ear. You were concentrated on the coins. It came down with nothing. And you were like, where'd the pencil go? Here, try it. So on the second one, come up, stick it behind your ear. Okay? Ready? I'm going to set them here. Okay, go ahead. Go. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. And the pencil's gone, see? Hey, hold on. The copper coin's gone. You made it vanish. How'd you do that? Well, that was a lot of fun, the old pencil in the ear gag. You know, that's just an old gag, but it's kind of a neat way to do Scotch and soda with somebody. You can be teaching them how to do the gag thing where they vanish the pencil, right? And as they're concentrating on getting that in, you just nest the coins. They come down without the pencil. They'll think, oh, look, I did it. And then you go, hey, the copper coin's gone. And they'll think they did a trick. So it's a lot of fun. Now, I'm going to show you a couple more things you can do with Scotch and soda. And mainly, ways you can make the copper coin reappear in places. After you've done Scotch and soda one way or another, you can have it reappear in different places. For instance, like a dinner roll, that's a good one. You can take those brown and served dinner rolls, and you can shove one of these in it, and then bake it, and then take it and set it on your dinner plate at dinner time. Then you can go do the trick for somebody, right? And you got to be careful somebody doesn't pick up your dinner roll and eat the coin. Okay? So anyway, you do the trick. They'll go, where'd the copper coin go? You'll say, it's in the dinner roll. You rip it open, and there it is. Another thing you can do is with an ice cube. You can set this inside